Summit. I have Major Mohammed Ali Shah joining me on the broadcast. Major Shah, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast this morning. Sir, what are your views on this full situation wherein Shabaz Sharif is going to be visiting China on the invitation of Chinese President Xi Jinping?
I knew this was going to happen, and I was very sure that the Chinese Premier Xi Jinping would extend an invitation to Shabaz Sharif to come into China. And yes, he is going to visit. So it wasn't a surprise, it was expected. And yes, they are welcome. They are friends, they are allies. They are welcome to visit each other's country on whenever. And in fact, I don't even think that I think they're so close. They don't even need an invitation. They can just land up there. When Imran Khan can land up in Russia just a day before the war was going to start and ask for funds, and he can be shooed away by President Putin saying, "Oh my God, look at that. I'm going to be starting a war tomorrow. And here they are asking me for funds." So I can well imagine. So yes, Pakistani Prime Minister is welcome to go to China, but whoever harbors snake in the backyard, thinking the snake will bite the neighbor, is going to turn around and bite them as well. One has to be very clear on that. And anyone who makes friends with China, we've seen the fate that Sri Lanka met. Pakistan is exactly on the same route. And the same worse fate, in fact, will be meted out to Pakistan, I can say that.
All right, Major Shah, also tell us that now we know that Shabaz Sharif, as per the media reports, is going to be visiting China in November. Do you think that there is a sort of a China-Pakistan nexus to pick up or pick the next Pakistan army chief?
Yes, there is a nexus as well, I would say that, because see, next army chief, in fact, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, had appointed General Qamar Javed Bajwa in 2016 as the chief of the army staff. 2019, his tenure was to get over, but he got a 3 extension, fine. And ever since his extension from 2019 till now, there have been 20 generals from the Pakistani army who have retired, including 7 lieutenant generals, which means that now they have limited choice. There are 4 front runners, all right. And one of them is General Faiz Hamid. And it is also striking to note that, from the Peshawar Corps, whoever has taken over the Peshawar Corps, there have been only 3 4-star generals till now, which means there have been only 3 chiefs from the Peshawar Corps who have taken over. So yes, they are a few names, they are front runners, but it can also be, it can be a coincidence that he's visiting China in November, right? One can be, there is speculation rife that in November General Bajwa's tenure gets over, and in November only Shabaz Sharif doesn't have experience in governance, in being the Prime Minister. In fact, a small little thing like, he didn't have the experience of when he's meeting a head of state of a different country like President Putin in Uzbekistan. He did not know how to put on the earphone, and he went all puzzled and all muffled up and got all rickety over there. His legs were shivering. He doesn't have the experience. So yes, he would need that guidance. He would need that, because again, I will tell you one more thing. In Pakistan, it is the military which rules, right? So the military today, when the Prime Minister is getting a chief, tomorrow it can also so happen that the same chief who has been appointed by the same Prime Minister might turn against the Prime Minister for some reason and might be instrumental in overthrowing him, the Prime Minister from there. It's happened in the history of Pakistan, in fact. But yes, General Faiz Hamid, I think he owes his loyalty towards the Sharif brothers because Shabaz Sharif's brother had appointed him, and so he owed. But also one more thing, like we have the ADG-PI in India. Similarly, the equivalent to that's the PR. They have said. General Babar Iftikhar, Major General Babar Iftikhar has said that, General Qamar Javed Bajwa would not look for extension further thereafter. He's already 61 years of age, so he would want to retire gracefully, apparently. I don't know how much to trust them or how much not, because only time will tell. As the date comes closer, he might develop cold feet and he might want to opt for another extension. That could be, though he has mentioned though the PR director has come out clear that he would not want an extension, it could happen. But now when the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shabaz Sharif, would go to China in November, that's the time he might consult the Premier of China, and we never know what could happen. But yes, I would say they are mere puppets now in the hands of China. Fiza.
All right, Major Shah, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast and giving us your insights.